We want to have a conversation here in studio. Joining me right now is George Musamali. He's a security expert. So George, thank you very much for your time. And of course, I'm calling you at a time that is quite an unfortunate circumstance where we've lost 6 police officers. First of all, what could you say went wrong with that operation in Laikipia?
Betty, I would like first to start by sending my condolences to the families of the slain police officers, and especially the family of Thomas Turukano, who is a personal friend. We happened to work together in the GSU before I left, and then he moved to the anti-stock theft unit. I think in Kenya now we've made the lives of police officers expoundable. This is happening within the spell of 3 months. Right now we've lost more than 50 police officers.
Wow.
We lost 6 yesterday, and remember Pandanguo, we've lost police officers in Northeastern, and then nobody's taking responsibility for this. And if you look very closely, you'll find that this was a tactical failure. Laikipia has been an operational zone for more than 4 months. How this could happen, where we have bandits ambush a police convoy, manage to kill 6 policemen, and then ransack the vehicle and carry away firearms without any response, leaves a lot to question. And I think that place is infested with pockets of bandits, despite the operation going on. Are we looking at a situation whereby the operation has failed and we're not being told anything by the police command? So I think it's high time. I thought we had learned something from the Baragoi operation. Yeah, the bungled Baragoi operation. We lost 46 policemen. Life continued. Nobody was put to task to explain how that happened. Now we are talking about the same things. So I think there's something that is not right within the police command, Betty.
Musamali, you've talked about something very interesting. No one is taking responsibility. We've not seen this happening, in the last couple of months, like you said, 3 months to be exact. But also previously, there's no time that we've had, the IG coming out to take responsibility for something that happened. Are we likely to see it start right now?
I think there's a lot of impunity in the police command, because this is clearly a command failure. Because operations are planned, and when you plan an operation, you have what you call operational orders. They give direction of what is supposed to be done, the kind of equipment that's supposed to be used, the number of officers that are supposed to be involved in this, even the movement of policemen is supposed to be coordinated. Are we looking at a situation whereby we do not have intel on the ground? Because this does not happen 2 p.m. during the day. Laikipia was under curfew. Did that solve anything? Yeah, we're still talking about the same old things, and we are not seeing anybody taking responsibility. It took a lot of public pressure for the former IG to resign after this. We witnessed the same kind of happenings. It took a lot of public pressure to have Olelenku resign as the Minister for Interior. And I think right now it's high time somebody took responsibility for this, because every other time policemen are killed, we have not seen the IG coming out and telling us what is being done to make this not happen again. I've not seen 2 of his deputies. I don't know why they're in hiding. And every other time we're just condoling police officers and saying, okay, we've made it normal for policemen to be killed by bandits. I think in a developed country, or in a developing country like ours, we should make it very expensive for you to kill a policeman. It's not happening. It's becoming routine. Every other day, Betty. I think there's something seriously wrong about the police command.
Musamali, but it's interesting also that every time we're here with you, we're talking about a command failure. Maybe you can expound on that. There's a time also, remember, just a few months ago, still in Baringo, where we also, you also explained to us that it was a command failure. So what is this command failure, and who really, what really should happen, in such an incident when
Betty,
police go out?
All operations are planned. And for example, let me use yesterday's incident for example. We have local police. These are the people that understand the terrain. They understand the environment. And the deputy commandant was coming from Gilgil, his base. He passed all these police stations and went to the ground without having notified them that he was there. And probably they had intel. So
whose fault was that?
I mean, it's the fault of the command, police command. I'm talking about the command. Yeah, because every police movement is supposed to be planned, especially when you're going to operational areas. Yeah, you must draw an operational plan. We are going to move from Nakuru, we are going to Laikipia. What is supposed to happen along the way?
So do you mean they just go blindly?
It's happening. It's happening, they go blindly. Yeah, and when we talk about also command failure, we look even at the incident in Pandanguo. For example, how do you transfer a 50-year-old policeman from presidential escort and deploy him to an operational area.
Is that what happened?
That's what happened.
A 50-year-old.
A 50-year-old
in the presidential escort.
Transferred from the presidential escort to an operational area in Pandanguo. One of the police officers that was killed was above 50, and he served the police for more than 26 years. It does not happen like that. This is why I'm saying we have people in office, especially the operational office, that are not doing their job. Because we need to take officers that are properly trained to such areas. Do we train our officers anymore? No. We just pick them, lump them together, drive them to operational areas. And when they get on the ground, they don't even have those operational plans. They don't even know what they're going to do there. And this is why you'll find that so many incidents of policemen being killed, so many incidents of policemen being injured while out there in the field, and then nobody talking about it.
But let me ask you,
if the Baragoi incident, we were told that investigations are going to be done.
Yes.
But did we get to be told exactly what went wrong and who was supposed to be responsible? We took somebody, like, we said that we blamed Waiganjo, who we were told was a bogus policeman, for all those failures, which I feel that is, I don't know, this is just too much.
Musamali, let's also talk about, the taking responsibility part. I mean, after having all these incidences, you'd expect that maybe, perhaps, the investigations are going on in the background, and maybe as a public will not know, what is happening because the information may be sensitive and everything. Is that what is happening? Maybe that, there's something going on? From my knowledge, there's nothing that is going on. Nothing goes on. And in fact, if it's to the public interest for them to know exactly what is happening. Yes. Because at the end of the day, slowly and slowly, the public is losing confidence in the ability of the police to protect them. How do you kill a person who has been trained to protect you? And people are saying, if this is happening to the police, they are being shot, killed, firearms stolen from them. All right. What about me? A common mwananchi. Exactly. What about me? What about me? I think this is serious, and members of the public need to know exactly what is happening, what went wrong, and who is supposed to take responsibility for this failure. And Musamali, apart from the command failure that you're talking about, are there any other issues that we have underlying, talking about the training of police officers on how to actually go into such places like Baringo, dealing with the bandits? Are they given proper training? Because maybe that's the other problem. That is a major problem right now as I speak, because the deployment is just being done haphazardly. Because initially, before you are taken to an operational area, immediately a recruit leaves Kiganjo and is identified to work in an operational area. They used to undergo another 1 month of training at the GSU training school in Bakassi to equip them with the skills of how to operate in such kind of environment. And also all the provinces had police training centers, whereby if you are deployed to such hostile areas, you must undergo a refresher training. But right now that is not happening. As I've said, we're just picking police officers from all other stations, lumping them together and taking them to these operational areas. Apart from the training, there's also the issue of welfare. We are not taking care of our officers when they're out there in operation. We are not paying them their allowances, so we have officers on the ground that are demoralized. And but is that increase that is it 100% salary increase? That is a salary increase, and I'm looking at it as a political thing, because they are being given as we're heading to an election. Maybe they're being motivated to do something, but normally we have these field operational allowances. They are not being paid. There is what we call a ration. When you're out there, you're supposed to be fed by the government. The officers are not being fed. We take them to these operational areas. We don't equip them properly. We leave them to their designs. So at the end of the day, even the police officers get demoralized and they cannot operate properly. Under such circumstances, you will find that so many glaring gaps will come. You'll hear issues of police misuse of firearms, using excessive force, and sometimes they even need to fend for themselves. They go out there hunting for wild animals to feed themselves. And I think these are also some of the underlying factors that need to be considered as we are looking at how we are handling police operations when in this country. The other thing I want us to talk about, Musamali, as we wrap up, like in that story, what happened in Laikipia, the bandits were able to get away with quite a number of firearms. What is being done to actually get these firearms back? I don't think much is being done. How many firearms did we lose in Baragoi? Yeah, and it has been occurring every other time. The bandits attack a police camp, they steal firearms, we don't follow up. What we end up doing, arming other people, we call them KPR. Yes, KPR. Yeah, and giving firearms to more civilians. So I think much needs to be done. And as I've said,
it needs to start from the top. Let us ask ourselves very serious question. What is happening? How is it that we have people operating within the boundaries of this country, armed, walking freely, with impunity in an area like Laikipia? We are not talking about a border between Kenya and a hostile country like Somalia. That is a different ballgame. But this is so many kilometers inside the country.
Okay.
And they can be able to do this in broad daylight, and we are being told that they cannot be trusted. Yeah?
Like you said before, we've had Olelenku leave, we've had Kimayo leave. What is it that the public can do? Can the public really do anything? Because seemingly it's becoming very normal to lose a police officer, like you mentioned.
We've made it very normal.
Yes.
We've made it very
normal.
So
what is the next thing? What is that thing that needs to be done?
I think the president should come out now and lead from the front. He's the commander-in-chief. Yeah, we've not had him. It happened in Pandanguo. We lost police officers when an APC was blown up, but we did not see the president coming out and talking about it. Now we've lost 6, including a commissioner of police, a deputy commandant, Astu.
Yes.
I think the president now needs to come up and take charge of the security organs of this country. As it is happening right now, I think he's having a hands-off approach, and it's not working. At the end of the day, when members of the public will lose confidence in the police, we are heading into the elections. You will find that even the public now will start attacking the police because we've made our policemen vulnerable.
Wow.
Nobody seems interested about their welfare and what is happening. We should take this seriously, Betty.
All right. Thank you very much, Judge Msamali, for your interesting insights. Quite disturbing, I must say. But let's hope that somebody out there will listen.
We hope so.
We hope so. Apart from the 100% salary increase, that there other issues are taken care of. All right, Judge Msamali, there, he's a security expert, talking to us about this concern, really about losing quite a number of police officers. Like you mentioned, over the last 3 months, we've lost about 50, which is really regrettable. All right, so we want to